Hello friends, thank you for joining me for another video today. If you are new here, hello, my name is Cassie and I share planner related content here on my channel, like this plan with me video. I also share hauls and videos of my health and wellness trackers, so definitely make sure to check those out below as well. All right, so it has been a hot minute since I have done a plan with me, so please bear with me as I am doing this voiceover. But today I am sharing this amazing kit from Miss and Meow. I was able to get this kit. She actually gifted this to me during the Galentine's with a Plan event back in February. Why do I always have a hard time saying February? Let me know if I'm alone in that. I have always struggled saying that word, February. Anyway, and I have a child that was born in that month, so that's good. Anyway, when I went to the Galentine's with a Plan event that Shanice from Planners and Tacos put on, shout out to Shanice, absolutely amazing event. I have other videos on my channel if you're interested in kind of hearing more about that. She's doing another one February 3rd, 2024. So make sure you follow her page, Galentine's with a Plan, to get more information. Best planner party, absolutely loved it. But I got to meet Regina from Miss and Meow, which was so amazing. And she gifted me this beautiful kit that wasn't released yet at the time. It is now released and in her shop. It is called Unwritten, I believe. I don't have the extra pages next to me, but I believe it was called Unwritten. And it's kind of themed after the Natasha Bedingfield song Unwritten. But it's absolutely beautiful. I fell in love with this kit when she gave it to me. I was so happy. It's kind of got like a journaling vibe to it. You can kind of see that in the bottom washi there that I'm laying down. And it had like a little bit of like music notes. Obviously, it's themed after a song, but also, you know, just like the journaly, I don't know, just so moody. I feel like this kit was like so moody in the best of ways. And I couldn't wait to lay it down. So this was actually the first spread that I've done in 2023 because I'm so behind, but I had to jump in with this kit and get started. So I was super motivated to use it. I feel like this kit really kind of helped me get back into planning. I don't know. I felt like I had been kind of in a planner funk for a little while. Let me know if you get into planner funks, but I feel like we all go through that in the planner community where you're just not feeling super creative. And this kit, I felt like just kind of brought me back to life in the planner community. So thank you so much, Regina. If you happen to be watching, I am so thankful for this kit and just your creativity in this community, because you guys, if you've never purchased a Miss and Meow kit, she's got some really amazing kits out there. And I have probably said it before in haul videos as well, but I just think she's so good at creating. Her full boxes are always just so detailed. She puts so much thought into them. Her floral sheets are amazing. She's just top notch. Can't say enough good things. So, all right, it's been a while. So while I'm doing the date cover area here, I guess I could kind of catch up on where the heck have I been. As some of you know, I do have 4 children, most of which are, you know, older. My youngest is 13. So we're in the teenage years and young adult years. So it's not like I'm dealing with toddlers and all of that stuff, but I feel like the older my kids get, the more busy my life gets, because there's just so many things. And my 16-year-old and my 19-year-old both have jobs, and neither one of them, well, my daughter can drive, but she doesn't have a car. She's been saving for college and she's saving to get a car, but she needs us to still transport her, and so does my 16-year-old, and then he also plays football. So there's just always somewhere to be running to. And then I also have my 24-year-old. I don't have to do as much for him, thank God, and sometimes he can actually help with rides, but I just feel like every day between, you know, football and then my husband's baseball and all the different activities that we're all involved in, there is constant running. And so it's really been difficult lately to get any time in to plan, because there's always something to do. My 16-year-old also has a girlfriend, and so there's a lot of like, let's go drop you off at the mall or pick you up, or, you know, go pick her up. So there's just always something. So I feel like that's the biggest struggle right now in my life to getting me into being able to plan, is just that there's always somebody needing me to drive them. I feel like I live in my car on my days off from work, and after work, I'm just constantly driving. So it's sad. Like, I miss my planning. I miss being able to sit down and just, you know, bust out a spread. I feel like it's like every few months at this point that I get to do that, and then I feel super behind. and it stresses me out. So I don't know. Let me know if you ever start feeling that way when you can't get time to play or to plan. And it's like my stress reliever, but then it starts creating stress because I feel like I don't have any content to share and I can't keep up, and I don't know, I just start beating myself up. So I'm trying really hard to just accept where my life is at and that these years are going to go really fast with my kids. And before I know it, I will have lots of time on my hands to plan because I won't have any children at home. So trying to just remind myself of those things. But I do miss being on here. I miss my, being able to get Plan With Me so regularly and just conversing with people in the community. It's so weird. I mean, now I've met so many people, so it's great. I feel like I actually know people in person and it doesn't feel as weird to me. But when I'm not able to get on and like, scroll through Instagram and see what all of my planner friends are doing or make any posts and interact with the planner community, I feel like I'm missing my friends. So I'm so thankful for the community, but I just want to be in there more. So anyway, that's kind of just the short and dirty about where I've been, just working a lot and dealing with driving kids all over the place. So I'll jump into the date cover area a little bit here. What I am using, so in the Sadie Stickers Advent, she had that little sheet that you can see at the top there with all the different, they kind of look like frames or postage stamps. I don't know exactly what they're supposed to be, but I love them. And I felt like they really fit well with the vibes of this kit. So there's not enough to have the same exact size all the way across. Some of them are open in the middle and some are not. So I kind of just chose, the same size, kind of went like every other and did some that were open, some that weren't. And then I pulled in the typewriter font. There is a typewriter in this kit, so I felt like that fit really well. So I pulled in the typewriter font, date covers, and there wasn't enough room to put the date dots like right next to it in every single one. So some of them are under, some of them are on the side. But I actually really, I'm such a big person for like symmetry, but I actually really liked the fact that this wasn't perfectly the same all the way across. I felt like it gave it some dimension, and I really loved that. So these ones that I'm pulling in here, those are from the Letters to Apollo Advent. This was like my favorite foiled sheet, I think, in the Advent. I'd have to go back and look, but I seriously feel like that was my favorite. And somehow I accidentally got two of, I think it was day 11, with those sheets. And I was so excited because I really, really love them. And they were perfect to kind of pull in here. I had toyed with the idea of, with that floral, what is that, like the flat strip at the top there, washi. I had struggled with wanting to put in some garland, but it didn't really look right. So instead of doing that, I used the Letters to Apollo foiled sheet here to just pull in like some drop pieces of a garland and have them coming out from underneath the flowers and make it look like it still had somewhat of a garland there, and use some of these little fancy swirls. I felt like those, I don't know why, I just felt like those really matched. I don't really have a good explanation for that, but I felt like those just really went with kind of the theme of this kit. So I pulled some of those in instead of doing the garland, along with the little drop deco. I don't know, what do you want to call those? Like dangle deco. Sorry guys, I told you it's been a minute, so bear with me. The journaling kind of looking splotches, I don't know what you want to call those, but those were from the Pretty Pinko. She had like a journaling $2 Tuesday, and you guys, I'm obsessed with those. I need more. I don't know if she still has them in her shop, but I will have to go back and look because I feel like I used a decent amount in this kit, and I think I used some in my what is it, Paper Test Designs yearly, and then my weekly is my health tracker. So if you've seen my other videos, if not, you can check them out, but I have been trying to keep up the same theme in my memory planner along with my health tracker, which is my Paper Test Designs weekly, kind of like a Hobo Weeks, and then my Paper Test Designs yearly, which I've been putting in more like daily stuff, so like my to-dos, and then a little bit of journaling at night of how my day was and all of that, which has been super helpful for my memory planning because I can just go back and review what I wrote and what I put in for my to-dos and what I actually checked off and did. So it's been really helpful for me because I wasn't always the best at remembering to write everything down every night in my other little book. So I'm obsessed with my Paper Test Designs yearly and weekly notebooks. If you haven't seen my videos, they're on my channel. for those videos, but I use some of those Pretty Pink Co. little like journaling looking transparent ones in there as well. So I kind of used the majority of the sheet, I feel like, just on this week across the 3 planners. So yeah, I'll definitely have to go and pick some of those up. And those little transparent shapes right there too, those were also part of that same release. And the box there at the top with the paper clip is from the kit, from I think the journaling, nope, not the journaling page, from the actual kit because it's foiled. And then the little books were from the kit, and I used that little transparent shape from Pretty Pink Co. to add a little splash of color so I could put the month there. And then underneath I pulled in another one of those little swirls from the Letters to Apollo Advent foil sheet. And what did I do? Oh, so I thought this was kind of fun. I took one of the foiled ones of those little journaly looking sheets and put that over the books so it kind of looked like foiled letters on the book, and I thought that was kind of fun. And then I lost some footage here, so forgive me. I don't know what happened. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I had hit the button on my phone to record, but then I think it was recording and I stopped it. I don't know, but I didn't record taking the boxes off of there and putting those on the little pieces that I have. So if you haven't watched any of my Plan With Me's, I'll tell you what I'm doing here. But I had learned this from Danny with a Planny, where I had taken an old sheet from a kit and cut up where the boxes are, so that way I can put all the boxes from the kit down on those little sheets and I can move them around to figure out what my layout will be for the boxes, which has been a huge game changer for me. I always was like putting them down and then having to peel them up, and luckily these inserts from Sadie Stickers that I'm using are amazing, and I could usually peel them up really easy, but this is even easier. So I don't have to chance that I'm going to rip the sticker or the page or any of that. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. I don't know if you can hear that or my husband mowing the lawn, but there's a lot happening in my house right now. We're about to go out of town tomorrow we have to go to Charlotte for my son's football tournament. It's Saturday into Sunday, so there's just a lot that we're trying to do to get ready because we can't do our normal weekend stuff because we're going to be gone. So my husband's out there. I don't know why my dogs are losing their minds. Let's see. So now that sheet that I just pulled these off of is also from the Letters to Apollo Advent. Making a lot of good use of all these Advent items. So I wanted to just add some color behind that one sheet there, that like notebook looking paper. So that notebook paper was from the journaling page that she also gifted me with the kit. And I wanted to pull in the words. So she had little words on the journaling kit. They were lyrics from the kit or from the song. And they're different than the ones that are foiled on that one thing, which I love that she gave us different lyrics. There they are. So I knew I wanted to layer those together, but I wanted to have some fun color behind it. Also knew I wanted that typewriter in the sidebar, so I was just kind of figuring out like, how am I going to make this all work and not just have too much white space. So those alcohol ink swatches, those are the ones, like I said, those came from the Letters to Apollo Advent page, but there's so many shops right now that have the alcohol ink, and I'm really loving those for a splash of color behind things, because don't get me wrong, I love me some white space planning. I don't like it to be super crazy, but I do like having just that like transparent splash of color. I just feel like it just gives it so much dimension, and it's so pretty. So I did pull in the transparent one behind there, and then I also pulled in, I think the other one, yeah, that one's also transparent, kind of like the brownish colored one underneath. And the little bow was from the journaling kit, pulling in some florals and putting those on the typewriter. Let's see here. And then those are also Pretty Pink Co., just some little like leaf deco. I love the Pretty Pink Co.'s tiny little deco. She does such a good job with all of the dainty deco kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. I just feel like it's extra dainty every time she does a release. So I pulled in some of those in there, and then also added just some little individual dots from Sadie Stickers. And then I decided I really wanted to incorporate some of this music, because I felt like that just, the music notes made sense with it being based on a song. So I did pull in this little torn paper in order to bring some more of like the music look to the sidebar. I'm really happy with how the sidebar came out. I know I've probably said it before, but I feel like I'm always struggling through my sidebar to try to make it like I don't know, cohesive. I don't know. I tried out, so I didn't actually finish recording it. Don't kill me. But I had done a live with Danny from Danny with a Planny for a Sadie Stickers kit, her kit postcard. And I did my sidebar in there. And it was the first time I did like a horizontal sidebar. Yeah, it'd be called horizontal, right? Because it's kind of like sideways. And I really, really loved that. So I think I'm going to be on that kick for a little while with the next spreads that I do. Because I just thought it was so fun and so pretty. I had gotten in the big month scripts from Paper Trail Plans. I believe I bought them from Paper Trail Plans. And I couldn't wait to try to figure out how to use those. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Jess from Lustrous Plans, who is one of the owners of Paper Trail Plans, along with her mom. I'm pretty sure I saw Jess do that. And so that gave me a lot of inspiration. She always has the best sidebars and date covers. Like, she's just amazing at all the things she touches. So if you're not following Jess from Lustrous Plans, definitely check her stuff out. Very inspirational. So let's see, where are we at? So finished the sidebar, and typically when I'm done with the sidebar, I will go, well, sometimes the sidebar waits till the end, depending on my creativity. Let me know if you do that. I might have asked this before, but I feel like once I get the base down with the date covers and I figure out where my boxes are going, like my creativity is like on pause, and I need to do other things that are simpler, like headers, before I can go back and finish my sidebar. So I surprised myself this time and finished the sidebar before going into the rest of the spread. But again, this kit was just so good. It was like I couldn't wait to be creative and kind of like make it a journaling type of spread. And so I felt like I wanted to jump into the sidebar, and typically I feel like I'm avoiding my sidebar. So again, thank you, Regina, for creating such an amazing kit that I really wanted to get my sidebar done instead of avoiding it till the end. So, all right, those little dividers there, those are from Honey Inked. They are on glossy. Sometimes I will still pull in glossy because I just adore those dividers. I haven't seen Honey Inked around in a while. I don't know if she closed her shop, but I feel like I haven't seen anything from her. Let me know if you know anything about that. But I know Rachel from Gathered Plans might, because she always had her amazing freebie and all of that. But that's kind of sad because I really loved Honey Ink. She had such good foiled items. So just kind of dawning on me that I haven't seen her in a really long time. But those little like branchy dividers that I'm pulling in, branchy leafy dividers, those were from Honey Inked, and I will use them. I don't care if they're glossy. They're so pretty. I'm kind of trying to phase out all my glossy stickers, but for things like this, I am like, I will use them. Okay, so the little dainty dividers that I'm putting in, I'm trying to remember. I think this is what happens when I literally did this spread like months ago at this point. I think those were, gosh, I want to say they're Sadie stickers, but I don't think so. Maybe they were Pretty Pinko. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to see if I can double check. One thing I did want to point out that I didn't actually talk about with my date cover deco. So I don't know if this is in all of Regina's new kits. It was in this one, and I haven't purchased any since this yet, so I'm not sure. But if you can kind of see it here, but under the date cover area, there's like a little scalloped, super, super dainty divider, like washi strip. Not divider, it's a washi strip. And I'm obsessed. Like, that is just so dainty and perfect, and it doesn't bulk up the top of your planner. But I really, really loved that. So I hope that more shops will do that. I think Sadie Stickers has one in her new format that's a little bit thicker than that. But this is really, really beautiful. So note to shop owners, if you're watching, love that tiny little scalloped washi up there. You could use it in the bottom area too, but I think these are the new Sadie Stickers inserts for 2023. And I do think that the bottom washi area is shorter. I'm pretty sure that I've heard Lauren from Plan Mosh Plan talk about that. So, but this was the first spread I had done in them, so I didn't know. But I do think it's shorter, because if you look, like, I barely got both of those washi strips in there right underneath. So I don't know exactly where I would put that scallop, but I think it's perfect for the date cover area. All right, so moving into Monday. So this is the week of February 20th through the 26th. Yeah, 26th. So Monday I had work per usual. I pulled in that like alcohol ink swatch, but it was on premium matte from the Letters to Apollo Advent, and put that behind one of the Gathered Layers collection from Panabird Design, that little circle scallop there. Oh no, I'm sorry, that isn't. That is part of the kit. My bad. That is not Gathered Layers. I was thinking it was. That one is part of the kit from Miss and Meow. Love that. And then the little girl with a laptop. Those are my favorite way to mark work. Those are from my newest addiction. I love the dainty little bow in the girl's hair and the little heart on her laptop. I just think it's so stinking cute. It's my favorite. And it's kind of like nostalgic for me, because when I first joined the planner community, my newest addiction was one of the first shops that I ordered from. And it was kind of big in the planner community, I feel like, at that time, for it to have like the girl with the bun and a bow. Like I had little vellums and stuff like that for my planners. And I don't know, it just feels like nostalgia. It brings me back to the beginning of my planner days when I see those. So I just love bringing those in. So I pulled that in, and then brought in, did I bring in the lace? I did not yet. So yeah, just kidding. All right. I can see things on my page that I haven't done yet. So I had work that day. And then after work, I did some food prep, and I brought in, I wasn't really sure what to use for that because I don't really have any container stickers or anything. So I did bring in like a little ball jar from Sadie Stickers. I thought that was kind of cute to mark that I prepped some food for the week. And then that looks like that evening I did get a haul uploaded to YouTube. So I marked that using one of the boxes from the kit and some florals from the kit as well. And then a little YouTube icon. I believe that YouTube icon is from Pretty Pink Co. And then I also did some planning. I got some good planning time in that day, and food prepped. I must not have worked as late as I typically do, because that's a lot in one night. But I did get some planning in, so I marked that with, let me see, did I put that in there? Yeah, I used the little planner from the kit because it was so cute and it matched the kit. And I added a little bow in the middle of it and then layered a floral from the kit behind it. And the script for work and the script for plan are both from Paper Chop Plans. I really love their scripts, and I've been trying to buy all of my scripts now in black. That was something that I picked up from Rachel from Gathered Plans. I had heard her say that one time, and it made so much sense because we write in black. Like, I'm not writing in gold foil, so why am I picking up all my scripts in foil, you know? So I really liked the way that that made everything look a little bit more cohesive in her spreads, and so I decided to do that as well. So when I pick up scripts, I am still using up my foiled ones, but I happen to have used up, I think, all my work ones for gold. So I went ahead and used the black, and I'm so glad because it just looks so much more cohesive with this spread. All right, so let's see here. I am on to Tuesday. So Tuesday also had work. I marked that with a Crafts by Towie little laptop icon this time. I layered a couple boxes from the kit and put some florals behind it as well. And then, did I already put that on there? Yes. So the little swirl underneath is also from Miss and Meow. I really need to go pick up a bunch of those because I love her little intertwined swirl dividers. She now has those in washi, and it's just, they're so dainty and delicate, and I just feel like they add like a touch of, I don't know, dainty elegance to your kit. So I really love that. I had to put that underneath there. And I felt like it went really well with that torn paper box. I guess it's a box from the kit because it's a torn paper. So it's not a perfect, rectangle or like perfect line. So having that swirl was kind of nice because I felt like it just flowed really well. So I used that paper and a little Bible from White Deer Stationery to mark that I had Bible study. I do have a wonderful group of women that I meet with on Tuesday nights for Bible study. Right now it's kind of every other week, which is nice for us because we all have so much going on. But they have all started doing yoga on the off Tuesdays, and I'm like terrified of doing a class. I don't know. Let me know if you are the same way. Drop me a comment. But I'm like scared to go to a yoga class. I'm not a yoga person. I've done it like once in my life, I think, in my bedroom, maybe twice. But I feel like I could really benefit from it. So I might try to go with them this next week and experience some yoga because Lord knows my body could use some stretching. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted in the next video. But yeah, I had Bible study that night, and I used one of the little lace like divider kind of things from the kit. I also really love those in her kit, and I would buy a whole sheet of those. I was talking with Laura for my newest addiction, and I love her lace and her kits too. And I had been like talking to her for a long time about, I really want more lace. And so she made it a reality and just released those. And I'm so excited. But I really love these ones in Miss and Meow's kit too. And so I pulled that in to kind of separate that from the box below. The box below, I did use a phone from Sadie Stickers, just like an old rotary phone, which I felt like was perfect for this kit because it feels very like retro and all that. So I used that to mark that I needed to call a lawyer. I had gotten a traffic ticket. I'm telling you, it wasn't my fault, okay? I didn't know the speed limit was 35. I would have never been going the speed I was going had I known that it was 35, because I don't speed through, like I'll speed on the highway all day long. But I do not speed through areas that like are residential or that are, that are supposed to be, 35 miles an hour. I wouldn't speed through that intentionally. But I thought it was 55. My car's like speed limit sign said it was 55. And I hadn't driven through that area very regularly. And my son was talking to me and we were trying to get to the store. And I was going, I think, 57 in a 35. So I got pulled over. So anyway, I called a lawyer to see if I could have them help me fight my ticket because I don't want a bunch of points on my insurance. I already have teenagers on my insurance and I don't need to make it any higher. So I found a lawyer to call to try to help me out with that. And then at the bottom of the day there, I layered a little like swatch from the kit with a box from, oh gosh, where is that box from? I feel like that was Letters to Apollo. And then I used a little deer icon. That's not an icon. Well, it's not an icon, but it was like a little deco sticker from Sadie Stickers from a $2 Tuesday to mark that I saw an albino deer. So when I was driving into my friend's neighborhood for Bible study, there was an albino deer that crossed like right in front of me, and it was so cool. It was so pretty. So I wanted to mark that. And I was so excited that, like, obviously I'm not going to have an icon that's a deer, but I was like, wait, I have $2 Tuesday deco from Sadie Stickers. So I pulled that in, and it's so cute. All right, so Wednesday. I always feel like I talk a lot in these plan with me's. If you do plan with me's and you feel the same way, let me know I'm not alone. Okay, so Wednesday I used a little like paint splash, whatever, paint swatch kind of thing with foil. And over that I layered, I believe, again, that was Letters to Apollo, a box there. And another laptop girl for my newest addiction. I like to, of course, I'm already past that day, sorry. I like to layer, or not layer, I'm sorry. I like to kind of balance those things out. So I had to pull in that one and kind of did every other one. And then I marked below that I had a meeting that day. Basically every other Wednesday we have meetings with all the office managers. So I used the little clipboard from the kit and just added some, like a little piece of floral to that, and really love how that came out. And then below that, I did some catch-up work at home because I was quite behind. So I layered some more elements from the kit and used the laptop from the kit as well. And then below that, I used a box from the kit with a Crafts by Towie icon to mark that I updated all of our like family calendars where we put everybody's work schedule and, sports schedules and all that in the hallway. So had quite a busy day that day. And then Thursday is typically like my Friday. I will usually have all of my hours in by the time I'm done on Thursday, especially when I was working at home the night before. So Thursday's kind of my Friday. So I did use a box from the kit, the paper trail plans script, and I used the Crafts by Towie computer to balance out the one that I'd used on Tuesday, so that kind of matches. And I really like what I did with it's like the little swoosh. I don't know. It's like a brush stroke, I guess. I pulled that underneath the laptop and put it behind some florals. And I thought that came out really pretty. And then used this adorable little Polaroid and then pulled in the dangle bows from Miss and Meow. I am obsessed with those bows and it looks so cute on the side of the Polaroid. I love how that came out. And then I think I went back and pulled one in on Tuesday on the other little pink box that I'd used, just to create some balance. And then on that little box, I had marked that on the little Polaroid one, I went to this cute little place out here called Dairy Depot with my daughter. She wanted to go get a Dole Whip. So they do have like a Dole Whip thing there. So I actually took, I think that was supposed to be, okay, sorry, got interrupted there. My husband came in. So he's like, you didn't put the sign on the door. Didn't know you were recording. Anyway, I was saying that I think that was supposed to be like an ice cream or a coffee cup. I think it was a coffee cup with like whipped cream, but I cut off the bottom and it looks like a little Dole Whip. So that's what I used because I have no icons for ice cream or anything. And then underneath that, I used another one of those little lace dividers with a TV from, I think that was Crafts by Towie. I think it's Crafts by Towie. To mark that we watched Ted Lasso. We had started binging that, and I love that show, so we were watching that night. And then Friday, well, yay, I'm caught up. So Friday morning, I used another little box from the kit, my newest addiction laptop girl. Like I said, typically I have my Friday on Thursday, but I woke up to a bunch of work texts and needed to hop on my laptop. So I got up in the morning and did like 3 hours of work, even though that was not my intention. But I woke up at, I think it was like 7 or something, because people had called out and other offices needed help. And so I got roped into all of that and trying to help. So I used that adorable little laptop girl to mark that I was working from home. So here I kind of just went back. So I decided to add in the little lace corner from Letters to Apollo. That's another item that I would totally buy a bunch of. I loved those so much. I should message her and see if she would bring those for like a $2 Tuesday. But I brought that one in on Friday, and then I wanted to balance it out because it was the only place that I had one at that point, and I didn't want to just have one because I do like to have my sheets kind of match somewhat or like be symmetrical. So I brought in another little lace corner and just put that in by my work one over on Monday. And I really love how that like added an extra element. So I'm glad that I did that on both of those. And then I put some florals underneath that and added another little box. I wish I had that sheet right there so I could see it. I didn't pay attention. But I think those are Letters to Apollo. And it was marking that I had to take my daughter to work that day. Typically she works on Fridays and I have to take her in. And then I put a little brushstroke thing behind that from the kit as well. And I love the like adding the alcohol ink and then adding the brush strokes, like just the different elements, because they aren't the same and they don't look the same, but they still accomplish the same purpose. So I love the way that came out. And then I think I had originally put that Crafts by Towie. Yeah, I did. The Crafts by Towie car on there. And then I decided to switch that out later, but I think it's a White Deer stationery one that I switched. Nope, it's actually one from the kit. I liked her car from the kit. I always forget to use icons, and I really do love Regina's icon, so I end up switching that out later, spoiler alert. And then underneath that, I pulled in a little torn paper from the kit, and then underneath that, I put like I used a divider, but kind of did the same thing that Danny with a Planny did, or, kind of started the trend with the torn paper and then layering the foiled underneath it. I did that with that little torn paper strip, even though it wasn't like a corner one. And I really like how that came out. And then I used a Target cart and put some florals in it to mark that I did a Target run. They had really good clearance, and so I had gone to the one. My son needed notebooks, and he didn't tell me when it was all on like really good clearance. I should have just gotten some, but I bought a bunch of other things. And then they didn't have any notebooks at the one Target, so I ran to our other Target, and they didn't have any, so that was a bummer. But I ran all over God's Creation to 2 Targets that afternoon. And then underneath that, I used another box from the kit and pulled in some big florals, well, a big floral to take up some of that white space. And then since I added that one little dainty divider on the one side, I just added another one in on the other side to balance it out. And then I just stuck a little bit of the extra on another box. I kind of tend to do that if I cut one of the dividers up. I'll like spread it over a couple different areas just to use it up and not be wasteful. And then underneath that, underneath my dinner prep there, I just marked in that little box. I used the Happy Mail icon from the kit, which was so pretty. It matched, to mark that I got, not that I got any Happy Mail that day, but that I ordered from Letters to Apollo and CD stickers. And then let's see here. So for Saturday, am I on Saturday? Yeah, I was trying to figure out what in the world I was going to use there. that doesn't stay. So I wanted to balance that out. So those big florals kind of looked like the big florals, like the floral on that box looked like the big florals I used on Thursday. So I wanted to balance that out. So I just set that box on Sunday because I didn't really like it in that one spot. So I I actually used a lot of the boxes and swatches and stuff from this kit because they're just so good. Like this kit has so many good things in it. So I pulled in that one kind of lacy box and then pulled in this little grouping of swatches to mark that we did a learning lab at our church. I don't remember exactly what we were learning, but we talked about a lot of things and like ways we could reach out in the community. And it was kind of like a brainstorm sesh, and I really, really loved it. It was great. I wish we would do more of those. And I think they do have more planned, so I'll be on the lookout for that. But I pulled in the books from the kit because I wasn't really sure what to use to mark that other than like another church, but I figured I would just do something because it was more like a learning thing. So I pulled in the books and I thought that came out really cute. And the colors in the books really balanced well with the other boxes that I pulled in from the kit. So love how that came out. And then this is one of the circles from the kit. I've always loved these in Miss and Meow's kits. I feel like long before anybody else was pulling in circles into their kit format, Miss and Meow always had these really pretty scallop circles. So I feel like she's like the OG of those. So I used that there. And then I think this is where I decided that I was changing out the car. I put the car icon in from the kit, and then I used a little alcohol ink swatch there to add some color and put some florals, marking that after the learning lab, I went with my daughter and my husband and got some boba. There's a cute little boba place not too far from us. And, you know, if we have an opportunity, we'll go up there. So went and got some boba and used a little white deer stationery icon. She has the cutest little boba stickers. And then pulled in one of the bows. Those are from my newest addiction. I love her bow sheet. She's got a lot of variety on the bow sheet, and I think they're perfect for pulling in with any of the white deer stationery. Gosh, I can't talk. Any of the white deer stationery icons, because it just adds that little bit of foil shine in there. And then the little clusters that I pulled in, those little sparkle clusters, are from Monk and Marble. And there I just pulled in a cute little bird. I forgot to mention that I pulled in some of those birds in my date cover area. I'm not sure if I did that yet. I think I already did in the spread, but those teeny little birds, I pulled those in. I put one on the book. I thought it was kind of cute, just perched there. And then that one there, I'm trying to figure out how I was going to do this because I wanted to use that big box to mark more than one thing, but I was trying to figure out how to balance it. So I decided to cut it into 2 pieces and use it that way. So I did it a little bit differently. I wanted like that, like the top of it to be the torn paper part, and then I knew the bottom was going to kind of just go against the bottom washi. So I was okay with that flat part being on the bottom, but I wanted to create some separation because I really had like 3 things actually that I wanted to mark in there. So I went ahead and pulled in another one of those little lace dividers. I feel like I saw somebody else do that, like use the lace divider to mark that and then like write over it. So I don't think that's my original idea. I'm pretty sure that I saw somebody do that and I was inspired to try it. And I really like how that came out. So I put that in the middle and then used that dainty divider to go ahead and like separate the 2 pieces of that paper so they look like 2 separate things, but they match. And use the little TV from the kit. I was a little bit sad that it was like going the wrong direction, but I didn't want to change the flow of all of my stickers to make that work differently. And I was like, this is just going to have to look a little weird. So just used the little TV icon from the kit, even though it's looks like it should be on the left part of the box, not the right. And pulled in some more florals. The planner icon above that is from Crafts by Towie. And the little hair cutting scissors and comb, that's a white deer stationery icon on the top part of that paper. Use that to mark that I had a hair appointment. I went dark and got rid of my blonde at that appointment, which I can't wait to get my blonde back now. But it was fun for a little bit, and it was just like a demi-permanent, so that way it would kind of fade out, and it's doing that. So it wouldn't be really hard for me to get back to my ashy blonde that I love and that I am going to want for the summer. So I had a hair appointment, and then I did some planning, and then we watched Ted Lasso again that night. And here I just decided I was going to pull in some of the Sadie stickers. Those were part of the advent as well. They're just kind of like a journaling floral, and I wanted to pull in some of that foil, so I just spread that throughout both sides of the spread for a little bit. And then on Sunday, I wanted to use this torn paper because I had torn paper in the sidebar, and then I had like the little lace torn paper kind of things from Letters to Apollo, and I just felt like it, flowed with the rest of it. So I used that one and just kind of cut it down to size to mark church, and just added some florals and then a Bible from White Deer Stationery, and put a little side bow on there from My Newest Addiction. Still working on that section, but that's what I did. That's that bow sheet that I was talking about that I absolutely love. There's just so much variety, and they go both ways, and some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. Like I love the variety on that sheet. So that is still in her shop, and I do have a PR code with her to save 15%. So if you're interested in picking up any of the My Newest Addiction, whether like the laptop girls or the bows or whatever, you can use my code to save 15% in her shop and put my name to get my freebie. Little plug for My Newest Addiction. I love her shop. So underneath that, I pulled in another one of the scallop circles from the kit, and I am just adding some florals up top there. I'm realizing while I'm looking at the actual page that I did not, that's kind of funny because I've already like filmed all the videos and stuff. So I'm going to have to just fix this after the fact, and it'll look like this in the video, but I totally didn't trim on the left-hand side of that box. It's not even on there yet, so you can't see it, but I didn't trim the florals, and they're just chilling, hanging into that other full box. Oh, sometimes the things you don't see until like way after. Like, how did I miss that? It's all through the column. Okay. Well, I pulled in the little, I don't know, what is that cart called? I can't think of the name of it, but I pulled in the little like stationary cart because I spent some time organizing I don't have a cart like that, but I have like, they're kind of like the Alex drawers from IKEA, but they're not. They're a little bit shorter. So I organized those that day. So I used that little cart sticker just to mark that. And then I did something a little bit different than what I normally do, and I really like how this came out, but I used that Letters to Apollo like lace corner thing and put that on there, and then did the little laundry basket icon from the Miss and Meow kit and used that little lace area to actually like write in the laundry. And so it's like one little, box, but it's got everything on it. Yeah, do you see those florals? Do you see how they're just hanging into that box next to it? I totally didn't remember to trim that. So yeah, I did layer the laundry basket with some florals behind it too, and I really like how that came out. All right, last couple things. So that day I was, going to do planning stuff, and then one of my friends, who I don't really hang out with her much, she just got married to one of our friends that we knew before we moved here, and I absolutely love hanging out with her. We just don't do it much because we're both really busy. And she had contacted me to ask me about planners and what I used. So y'all know I went right over there. I was like, okay, we can hang out and I can show you planners. So I brought like a ton of planner stuff. I was like, don't bring too much. Don't overwhelm this person. Don't show her how crazy you actually are with planners. But I just brought, some of my planners, showed her stuff. We hung out and talked for hours, and she ended up buying the Paper Test Designs planners. And I told her about all kinds of sticker shops that she could get transparent stickers from and all this stuff. So she totally went shopping and bought all the things after I left, which was great. So I am an enabler, and I have no shame. So just kind of going through the kit there. I think here I was just figuring out where I wanted to add some more of those words. Underneath the planner hang with my friend Krista, that I used just some little planner icon from Crafts by Towie. And then underneath that, I used another box from the kit. I actually cut it down to make it a little bit shorter because it was too tall for what I needed in that space. And then I pulled in an alarm clock from White Deer Stationery just to mark that I went to bed on time and, started my week well. So just showing you the rest of the spread here, kind of everything before the pen. So yeah, that is everything for this spread. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, sorry it's been so long, but I'm hoping to get back in the swing of things here and put some more Plan With Me's up and some other videos. But thank you so much for joining me for this Plan With Me, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget, if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up and drop some comments below. I know I asked a lot of questions in the video, so feel free to drop me a comment. Let me know if there's other things that you guys want to see, or if there's videos you'd like to see from me on how I do certain things or whatever. I'd love to get more content out and things that you guys would like to see. But thanks again. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Bye.